experience is fruitful. Please feel free to visit our website to find out how you can join our growing family. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. Also, share so others may enjoy as well. And we hope you would consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. Alright, let's start the show. That beat is it just gets it going.
It's so groovy.
Oh, it's so groovy. I love it. How are you today, Just Dominic?
I'm doing good. I'm laughing at Cupcake in the comment sections talking about some hashtag free Bentley. And I said hashtag 4 more years. Bad doggies get locked up. Period. On 2 legs and 4.
Hello. Because sometimes the trash takes out themselves.
That's right. No respect to persons or doggies.
Okay. Or speak on it. Anywho, yeah, I'm done with Bentley. Okay. If y'all want to pop me, I'm here for a relocation fee. No, I'm kidding. I love my dog. Anyway. Shout out to Cupcakes, the best model for these. Oh, you better come in with the blue and the orange shirts. I like that. That looks good with the.
Yeah.
Yes, that's good. Cupcakes. You should go into branding. Yes, we like her. Michaela, what's going on, little sister? How you doing? How you doing? Yes. Thank you guys so much for tuning on, and we appreciate you guys for joining. Free Bentley. Oh, here he comes, Dr. Ho, with his free Bentley.
Hashtag 4 more years.
Here you go. Send him. You gonna pay for his relocation fee? The mods are on right now. Aren't they, Michaela?
I know that's right.
My God.
When they all bid up and Bentley has peed on everything they like, then they'll be
a mess. He said, until I see a receipt, I ain't buying it. Free him. You want to see receipts? Don't worry, we'll get your receipt.
Trust
for
and believe.
Y'all are a mess. Anywho, we are here with another episode of the Unusual Mavericks. We want to shout out all you Mavericks out there who are watching and who are listening on Bullet and Flight Radio, the #1 progressive Christian and inspirational radio station in the world. Thank you guys for tuning on in. We appreciate you, pilots. Yes. And this episode is brought to you by Bullet and Flight Productions and Pyro Media Productions. Shout out to both companies. Yes, and the peeps. Lock up Trump free Bentley. Y'all are a mess. Okay, yeah. We'll talk about it later, Cupcake. This is a different conversation right now. Okay.
Bentley needs company.
Huh?
I said Bentley needs company, so.
Oh, does. Anywho, we're gonna go ahead and get into some things here. We have a lot to talk about today.
Yes,
because I have words.
I know you do. I can't wait to hear. So
I have words. Let's get into the Maverick alert, shall we?
Yes, sir.
A lot going on. We'll start out first with Loki. Loki 2. Let me pull up the notes.
Yes, Loki season 2.
Yes, so Loki season 2 may have just teased Mobius, Mobius's true identity. As introduced in season 2, the many employees of the Time Variance Authority didn't just appear out of thin air. Every single one of them is a variant whose fate was changed to protect the sacred timeline. Though the goal has since changed rather drastically following the death of He Who Remains, which is played by Jonathan Majors. Shout out to Jonathan Majors. According to Variety.com, Loki season 2 premiere reaches 10.9 million views in 3 days per Disney, sustaining it as king of all Disney Plus shows, including The Mandalorian and WandaVision. Majors doesn't show up until episode 3, but is clearly the focus of the entire series.
Wow.
My God, today. 10.9. You better go ahead and save Disney Jonathan
Plus.
Majors.
That's right.
Because you know what's in.
Yeah, and now it's been out over a week now. The first 3 episodes have been out over a week, and they have amassed far more than that as of right now. So they are the most watched Disney Plus series of all times.
Wow.
And I can't believe how much support and weight Disney Marvel is throwing behind Jonathan Majors, which is well deserved. As we know, his stalker got locked up, so we're very happy about that. That justice is actually working in favor of a black man.
I mean, hey Kyrie, no worries, you're not late.
Kyrie,
always on time. Kyrie, shout out to Kyrie Samnaj, host
brother.
of Candid Conversations, and my brother from another mother.
Our brother, he's my brother. He's my brother.
There's enough of him to go around, Dominic. Can we share? Thank you so much. I found him first.
The boy is mine. The boy is mine.
The boy is mine. So, shout out to Kyrie. Cupcake says, if you're into Dragon Ball Z, I sent you something about a new series coming in 2024. Oh, thanks, Cupcake. And I am into Dragon Ball Z. I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan.
We were talking about that. You and I were talking about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully they won't let her down. Let who down? Yes.
Let her out.
Oh, let her out.
They
she's talking
don't
about
let her out. The stalker chick.
Her.
What's her name?
Her in a minute. We're gonna talk about her in a minute. I have there. We're gonna talk about her.
She almost her accusations really almost terminated his entire career.
We're gonna get there.
That's insane.
We're gonna get there. Anything else on?
No, I'm just bravo. These 2 men are the pillars of this particular series. Jonathan Major is the breakout star, and congratulations to him.
Now let's talk about this. This Wendigo.
Oh God.
Captain Marvel sequel could bring in half of original amid superhero fatigue, leaving Marvel star Brie Larson's future position in the MCU vulnerable. The latest addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe is expected to gross between 75 and 80 million worldwide when it makes its box office debut on November 10th. Barely half of what its prequel made when it debuted in 2019, and an example of what industry experts have called superhero fatigue that has moviegoers pressing pause before racing to the theater for every new film. Phase 5 has been brought with flops at the box office and on Disney Plus streaming app. Also, fans are turned off by all the leaked reports of infighting between star Brie Larson versus the rest of the cast and film's post-production crew. This has Marvel Studios on high alert, and tensions are running high. Kevin Feige has recently terminated the entire Disney Plus Phase 5 production teams, and Brie Larson cast and crew are being evaluated. Let her go. Just replace her. Let her go. I'm sick of her. She'll got something to say. It's not about her anyway. Let her go.
Wow.
Hey, Keats, what's going on, King?
Keats.
Right, Cupcake. Bye, Bree. Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord Flicker. Michaela says, we need a new Captain Marvel, preferably black, because I'm sick of this woman. Me too, Michaela. And preferably, let's just stick with Monica Rambeau, this beautiful black queen right here.
She is the real Captain Marvel.
She is the original Captain Marvel in your ways. We don't need you, girl.
Wow.
He said, "Is this alleged?" No, this is actually, they're being evaluated right now. Absolutely, they're being evaluated.
Yeah, all the major outlets are reporting this, Keats.
I hope you go, girl, because I'm sick of you. You weren't that good in the first one anyway. sick of you. Anywho, let's get to the real topic of the situation. I'm sorry. Before we get
finish with the story.
Oh, is
the
there
box
anything else?
office numbers could.
I'm sorry. The box office numbers could be further decline. By the ongoing actor strike. Excuse me. Stars will be crossing the picket line if they agree to promote the movie or walk the red carpet, which shows little sign of reaching a resolution by the premiere date, despite talks scheduled to resume this past Tuesday. Yeah, this is not looking good for this movie. There's a lot of stuff stacked up against them, and this is really Brie Larson's fault, in my personal opinion, because you started all this mess.
Well, like you said, within this report that Variety and the Hollywood Reporter has been covering for months now, which we have been covering, that Brie Larson has been very difficult with her team. They say not necessarily her, but her team has been very difficult because they want her to be the focus of this movie. They even argued with the editor, or the final cut, I guess, with the director was making to make sure that she is indeed front and center. So with all of that, what you just did is put a target on your back. Because if this film is bad, who's going to be blamed? You and your people. And it is clear that Disney is making cuts. They have eliminated all the things that you and I have talked about in the previous episodes for budget cuts and to save the streaming platform Disney Plus. So Marvel and Disney are making cuts left and right. I would be worried as well. We know that she's not cheap to hire. I don't believe her fee was cheap, so I would be concerned.
Hi, girl. Anyway, we done with her because I'm sick of her.
I'm not sure I understand.
I wasn't talking to you, Siri. Are we done?
Yes, we are.
Okay, bye, girl. So next,
what happened with your camera?
Oh, hold on. It's probably Brie Larson. Hold on, something's going on.
She hacked it to your camera.
She probably did. I'm trust her ass. There we go. Okay,
there we go.
All right, sorry. Okay, so Superman Legacy. Superman Legacy will be the first movie of James Gunn's new DC universe, and there are a plethora of obscure villains that could make their debuts. Fans are calling for a deep dive and not just giving us the usual superheroes. Characters like Mr.
Miss Splitterlick. Splitterlick.
Sure. Metallo, Parasite, Ultra Humanite, and Prankster are potential candidates to join the film's lineup as adversaries. These lesser-known villains have the potential to add humor, mind-bending visuals, emotional depth, and a light-hearted tone to the DC cinematic universe. James Gunn's previous work suggests an ability to tackle unconventional characters effectively. Gunn's has also confirmed casting for Superman Legacy, has revealed that Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, who is going to be playing Green Lantern, the Guy Gardner Green Lantern, Mr. Terrific, and Metamorpho will join a who's who of DC characters in their first live-action cinematic appearance. The top 10 characters fans want to see in live action, according to ScreenRant.com, are as follows. At number 10, how do you pronounce his name?
Miss Splitterlick?
Sure, that.
Splitterlick.
Him. Number 9, Metallo. At number 8, Parasite. At number 7, Ultra Humanite. At number 6, Toyman. At number 5, Titano, the Super 8. At number 4, Gog. Number 3, Master Jailer. Number 2, K-Man. And at number 1, the Prankster. So if DC Studios wants to relaunch with the full support of fans across age ranges, it will be wise of Gunn and Safran to read this poll released October 21st, 2023 by ScreenRant.com, providing exceptionally unique feedback of how to make a billion-dollar film for DC Studios. Now, I personally don't agree with this this list.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. You know why? Because number one, we have seen. I know it's CW, but we have seen these characters in live action, and they were fan favorites. Miss Splitterlick, He was in live action, though poorly done. Also on Stargirl, we had Ultra Humanite, and that was done very, very well. We also had Prankster, played by the legendary Mark Hamill, and he played the Prankster in the Flash series a few times, which that was like mind-blowing. And I think there was one other person. I think there was a Metallo, but not properly done. So I understand what they mean is that when you look at the legacy series, like of Superman, these are the people that he fought outside of the whole Doomsday or Dark Side group of villains. These were some of his main villains, and the Prankster is a formidable villain and the Toyman for Superman, believe it or not. And Parasite, we saw Parasite kind of be done in Superman and Lois, and fans really, really hated it because it was not done properly. So I don't know. I mean, these are Superman villains more so than DC villains, you know?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I would like to see Metallo. I feel like Metallo should be up a little higher in the thing. Parasite for sure. Ultra Humanite for sure. But a lot of these other ones like Prankster and K-Man and Master Jailer, like I mean, they're lesser known, and I guess they're a part of the story. But I guess in the beginning of it, like I don't know why they're as important as some of his other major ones, because I feel like it takes so long to make a movie anyway. So I just feel like why not just come out with the big bangers and get us locked into this whole thing. I would love to see the some of the what do you call it? The Kryptonians, the evil Kryptonians. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see that, like kind of how like the original Superman movies were. Those were good Superman movies. So I don't know.
I agree, but then I agree with you. But we already saw those versions of Zod and that whole. So it would be interesting to see a proper. Now the Ultra Humanite I thought was more of the Justice Society of America.
I agree. Yeah, that's true.
But old school Superman, I guess, would have crossed paths with him as well.
And I don't think he was specific to Superman's, but it is what it is. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Metallo was definitely it is an interesting list, and I would be interested to see who they asked, because I didn't get nary call or a nary thing, So we didn't. I don't know of any other black blurs or nerds out there that got this information or was asked about our opinion on it. But that's how it goes. That's
true. So, always the case.
Well, that's that. We'll see how it goes. I'm interested in seeing the movie and seeing what James Gunn does with it, if it even comes out. So I'm hoping for it. So we'll see how it goes. Now, anything else on this before we go?
No, I'm just interested in seeing the younger Henry Cavill. We'll see.
Now, we talked about in the beginning how Loki is doing so well and is pretty much saving Disney Plus, and it's all thanks to I forget what's the actor's name?
The actor who plays Loki?
Yes.
Tom Middleton.
Thank you, Tom Middleton, and obviously Jonathan Majors, because he makes a phenomenal. I think he's a phenomenal actor. But we got to go back to why all this mess started. Okay, that heifer. Okay, her name is Grace Jabari, and I want to make sure that her name is being mentioned for everyone to know. Grace Jabari, not to be confused with the Jabari tribe of Wakanda. So this trollop lied on our brother Jonathan Majors, and I just want to know. I just want y'all to see what happened yesterday, because we had some breaking news yesterday. All right. Shout out to our friends over at Empire. He did a little update on this. Take a look.
So this is breaking news. Jonathan Majors' ex-girlfriend and his accuser in his criminal case was recently arrested. So Jonathan Majors actually, after he was arrested, filed charges against Grace. So she was just arrested for a misdemeanor assault. However, the prosecution are not going to prosecute her. They're not interested. But apparently the NYPD and the DA do not see eye to eye on this, because apparently last month the prosecution told them that they were not going to pursue charges with Grace. However, the NYPD feels like there's probable cause to arrest her. This is coming off the heels of a judge's decision today to pursue a trial in the Jonathan Majors criminal case. They were seeking to have this case dismissed because of all the evidence they believe proves that Grace is lying. However, a judge says, no, we're going to trial next month.
Good.
So,
because she's not his ex-girlfriend. Jonathan Majors has said over and over again, the press keeps calling this white woman his ex-girlfriend. But this was a PR date situation where, you know, you walk the red carpet with somebody. He was single. She's a dancer from New York. This is not, according to him, and I believe according to her as well, they are not exes. So I wish Kempire and the rest of media would get that right, because it would agitate me if people keep saying I'm with somebody or was with someone and I was never with this person.
Right.
She's a stalker. She has issues.
Yeah. The girl is crazy. The girl is crazy. She is not Jonathan Majors' ex-girlfriend. Jonathan Majors never claimed this girl.
She's obsessed.
You tried it. Obsessed.
Now I want to see that movie. Because Megan Good, the actress Megan Good, is his girlfriend.
Right. You want to see crazy? I'll show you crazy.
I want to see Megan. Come on, Megan Girl.
Come
Get
on,
her, girl.
Listen. Get her. But listen, the whole situation, what ticked me off is, if you remember what Kempire said in this clip, that they were not looking at pressing charges on her. And I think that that's really frustrating, because they didn't have a problem trying to press charges on our brother, on Jonathan Majors. That's crap to me.
For the exact same crime.
For the exact same crime. And
unbelievable.
This is a false report that she had, and that she called the police on.
And she was the aggressor. She was the aggressor.
Right.
She attacked him. She said he attacked her. So that's what I just don't understand. Why the law isn't because he's a man? Because he's a black man? Why is it? What? So he wasn't emotionally traumatized by the event of showing up at his home and seeing this crazed lunatic standing outside of his building.
But see, that's what everybody keeps saying. Leave this nobody's alone. He went on a date with her because his agents told him, his PR and agents told him to go on a date with this girl because you needed to have somebody with you at this red carpet event.
Right.
That's all they did. He didn't sleep with the girl.
No, according to her, he never called her. They swapped numbers. He never called her back.
Yeah.
He was interested and has been with Megan Good, and she lost, the blonde bunny lost her mind.
Right.
So that's what the press keeps, and this narrative of he was with her. Right. That's what he wasn't even with the chick. I can't even imagine, he didn't
even sleep with her.
No. Not according to what they both claim.
That's power.
But she was looking forward to it, apparently. She felt led on.
He needed a white woman to look softer to the public. Probably, yeah. Absolutely.
But you know what? And that's why his management now dropped him, but it's good thing. Because he should have fired them for this.
He should have. Absolutely. Stay away from the snow bunnies, girl.
And stay with your girl, Megan Good.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all look cute together.
All right. Do we have anything else on that?
No.
All right. Let's get into some blurred news, y'all. We have some stuff to talk about. Oh, Jesus. Help us, Lord. All right. So, blurred news. First up, SAG-AFTRA strike. The strike is still going on. There will seemingly be a new deal on the table. Yesterday, this past Tuesday, there was a new deal that was placed on the table. And the question remains what the contract language looks like and how SAG-AFTRA's negotiators will react to it. When it comes to the latest sticking point, the union's proposal to charge streaming platforms a fee on every global subscriber the union seemingly isn't backing down. Quote, now it's true that the CEOs don't really want to address that, but sometimes in life, when you introduce an unprecedented business model like they did on all of my members with streaming, an unprecedented compensation structure must also go along with it. Fran Drescher said in her Instagram story on October 19th. Quote, it may not be easy, it may not be what they want, but it is an elegant way to solve the problem so we can all go back to work in what would be the new normal. So guild members also, with the rest of Hollywood, are waiting anxiously, hoping the studios agree to their current deal. During that discussion, Iger expressed the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers are back to make a bargain and finally hammer out a 2-year contract amid a SAG-AFTRA strike that has now reached stretched out over 100 days. Quote, I'm watching very closely as negotiations move forward, says former SAG president Melissa Gilbert. Quote, I'm incredibly hopeful that our union will walk away with a deal that will benefit our membership, and everyone in our industry who is suffering mightily will be able to get back to work. Quote, but ultimately, according to the source close to the studios, the impetus for major companies to make the overture to SAG-AFTRA, the goal is to salvage the 2024 movie and broadcast season, in addition to restoring industry jobs that have been on hold for months amid multiple entertainment strikes, who are looking for an official announcement any hour.
Wow.
So, did you get any updates on?
No, the last thing we heard is that the deal probably won't be worked out and officially signed before November 10th, which is what Disney and Iger's concern is, because his stars for the Marvels can't do press. They can't do talk shows. They can't do any press for their upcoming movie. So as they said, the studios took back the offer. Maybe they'll surprise everyone. Mm-hmm. But we know lawyers and that it takes a couple of weeks, and we're already at the end of October. Maybe they will reach a deal. What do you think before November 10th? Do you think so?
I hope so, because this is really, really bad right now. We're already behind on programming and broadcasting.
For the season?
For the upcoming.
No Tonys, no Oscars, no
nothing.
Grammys, no nothing. Well, Grammys was at the end, but still, the beginning of this year is going to be.
But they can't even talk about it. It's not even.
They can't even walk the red carpet.
But they can't even prep for it either, is what I'm saying. So, like, the Grammys, all of those things, those award shows take time to do. So that's just a small part of it, right? Even though that's a big deal, that's how a lot of these studios make their money. That's how a lot of Hollywood makes their money, by doing these big events like the Grammys and all that stuff, whatever. That's how a lot of these shows do. That's their major promotion. That's like their Super Bowls. So and Super Bowls, during the time when you get a Super Bowl commercial, that's the biggest time for you to get the biggest advertisement for your company or your brand or whatever. So, of course, this is a great time for movies to get their advertising for their shows and their movies and stuff like that. But that's on hold. That's a small portion. We're also talking about upcoming series that we're waiting for to film and finalize and stuff like that. Yeah. Cupcake said, "I blame Sexy Red." You're hilarious.
Do you know what else I read in this article? That NBC Universal reported a 30% decrease in reality TV production right now because of this strike. So even reality TV, all the series that people love, there's a 30% reduction in moving forward with production right now. They're all still on pause. 30% of them. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
And some of our favorite shows could be in there, from Bravo shows to home improvement shows to whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to keep it in prayer and see how it goes. Anything else on this?
No, let's move to the next story within the blurred news. You need a drink first?
No, before we do, I'll get into a second. Before we do have, and I want to thank Cupcakes and Dr. Ho for sending me the messages on it. For those, this is not really a part of the Unusual Mavericks, but we do have some breaking news that allegedly the Did they catch him? So you guys know about the Maine mass shooting? I believe like last night, and what was going on with Maine in Lewiston, Maine, and it looks like they have possibly. Did they catch him, guys? I'm not sure if they caught him yet. It's a standoff. Okay, so yeah, so the FBI has found him, and it looks like there's a standoff where he is right now. So we're gonna just keep everything in. He ain't out yet. Oh, he's not out yet. Okay, good. So they're just what. Thank you guys so much for keeping me. They have him surrounded. They have you surrounded. Come on with your hands up, girl.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go. There's no way to make a good decision at this point in time unless you surrender.
So anywho,
Save
all
your
right.
future.
We're gonna keep an eye on that. But keep everybody in prayer. And keep that whole situation in prayer as we continue on with the show. Bring your y'all are bats. We can't cuss on this show. This one's going on bulletin flight. All right. So some DC news. Let me go take a drink. You want to start off with this while I take a drink on this? You want to? Go ahead.
Oh, well, there's some new interesting trailers that are coming out according to the writer and director of this film.
Yes,
James Wan, who is the beloved creator of Annabelle and that whole series. That's a $1 billion franchise, from my understanding. So a lot of fans followed him over to Aquaman. And obviously, Aquaman is the highest grossing Snyderverse film. So so he wanted to talk a little bit about how he wanted to tie a nice little ribbon around, it's just out of control. I gotta lock it down sometimes, or I'm gonna cut it.
Right.
So he was talking about how he wanted to tie a nice little bow around his, not trilogy, but his set of movies.
Go ahead.
Yes, Cupcake. No. So that's in a nutshell what this story is about. I would love for you to. Do you want me to do the story? You want me to go through it?
No. I just want to get started off because the reason why, because we also know about this trollop. Okay, this trollop. Her name is Amber Heard. Okay, Amber no longer Heard. Okay, we don't want to hear you, girl. Okay, so the reason why he's been moving a lot of this stuff over to kind of the storyline and basing the storyline on Aquaman and his brother and focusing on it, why they did all these reshoots is because they're trying to get rid of her behind. Okay, you wanted to start, girl. You wanted to start. Take your trollopy ass behind. Sorry, bullet in flight. Take your trollopy behind somewhere else. You're done. We're done with you, girl. And James Wan came out and said that he's done with you too. He said it in a more professional way than I'm saying. Yes, a trollop.
I'm sure he didn't. Well, just last week, her story blasted him as being rude and unprofessional along with Momoa. So I'm glad he hit back this week.
When does it come out? In December, Michaela.
Christmas Day, I believe.
Christmas Day.
Fifth.
The same day. Right. Oh, trollopy. We tired of you, Amber Heard. You always got something to say. You always have a problem.
Poor girl.
Sick of her.
Poor Amber.
Now look at you. Now you're not even in the Lost Kingdom. You could have had a good check. Now that nobody wants to work with you. And nobody cares about what your little girlfriend over on Twitter has to say. Nobody cares about her either.
Okay. Now let's get to the story. Now that you went off a little bit, come on, take a sip of water.
Oh,
let everybody know what you're actually talking about.
So let me go ahead and read it. Jason Momoa teams up with Patrick Wilson for a deep sea tango and cash romance by DC Studios. This marketing pivot away from disgraced actress who formerly played Mira, she who shall not be named, Wan explained. And James Wan, let me put his picture back up. I'm tired of seeing her behind. Juan explained the reason why reshoots back in July 2023 were made. Brand new images of movie posters, film trailers, toys, and other merchandise will focus on what director James Wan describes as, quote, "My 2 Aquaman movies are designed to be watched back to back, creating a seamless viewing experience." The final cut of the film has not been seen by anyone outside of DC Studios, according to MovieWeb.com. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, despite the drama, this could be the best superhero movie of 2023, they say. We'll see. I already know it's going to be pretty dang on dope because of the fact that Amber Heard's not in it.
She is in it. She is in it. Her role has been decreased, remember? That's why she lashed out, because her role was reduced. Remember, that's the word they keep using.
So are you sweeping around the aquatic kingdom? Are you sweeping around Atlantis, girl? Is that what you're doing? Are you a janitor of Atlantis now? Are you picking out flowers?
Who knows how he wrote it? But, Annabelle the Annabelle movies obviously have a cult following. And he is not known in the industry, James Wan, for being this real terrible type of person who is unprofessional and so on. He has a good reputation with everyone that he's worked with except for this one person. And it's just so sad that she probably heard about this article. I bet you she heard about this article and she dropped her bomb at the last minute to release her little situation before this article hit. And she probably knew that the new trailers going forward were going to show less of her, but more of the brothers. And Ocean Master, his brother, but Black Manta. So it's going to be really based around those 3 guys.
That's a
and she's now supporting, and not the featured. I guess she thought, originally it sounded like it was really going to star the 2 of them who you have on screen right now. But he might as well be holding his brother's hand, according to James Wan, because, yeah. Well, and her future at Warner Brothers it sounds like it's over, because they still they are holding on to Johnny Depp after the trial, and her contract has not been renewed, not as of yet.
You think they're gonna renew you, girl?
Everyone say a prayer that Amber Heard's contract will get renewed.
I will pray mercy on you, girl.
I pray rehab for her.
Rehab, go into a dang on asylum, talk to somebody, girl, but don't talk to us. I'm sick of you, Amber Heard.
It'll be really interesting because there's been so much negative press about these last few movies within the Snyderverse. It'll be really interesting if James Gunn can really pull this off, because Aquaman was the biggest, I'll say it again, DC movie out of the Snyderverse franchise of movies. Aquaman was the king. The only other DC movie that made as much money or nearly as much was Joker. But it wasn't a part of their, production house. So, which Joker's coming out too. At least sometime next year. We haven't talked about that. We'll talk about that later. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. All right, y'all. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and I'm tired of dealing with Amber Heard, and I need to get a drink of water.
Amber.
You've been poor by her. She's about to be poor.
She doesn't have a job. Some people just don't have a job, so they want to make trouble for people online by just saying ridiculous things.
We're going to commercial break.
But some of us have to work.
We'll be right back, y'all. Bye.
In a world filled with diversity, where radical faith and progressive believers come together, there's a place that's breaking all boundaries and embracing believers from all walks of life. Bullet and Flight Radio, where believers unite, boundaries break, and love triumphs.
Step away from the chaos and noise of your daily life Experience moments for yourself that are calm, serene, and full of peace. A necessary respite to foster growth within you, because self-care should be luxurious. Luxor Noir.
And we're black by popular demand. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you are just tuning in, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It does help the algorithm, and we appreciate all that you do. Thank you so much. All right, and if you just want to become a Maverick, you can definitely, all you gotta do is hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, and you'll know when we go live or upload. Also, if you are not getting messages directly from YouTube, you can go ahead and hit that text Blaze, rather not hit, but text Blaze, BLAZE, to 833-793-2423. 833-793-2423. Shout out to all of our pyromaniacs. We appreciate all that you do. All right. It's time, y'all. It's time to get into some things. Some Maverick time. Maverick time. Got to talk about a new Maverick that we have in the midst. Okay? Hold on, I gotta put on our Maverick colors. All right, Maverick time, y'all. It's Maverick time. All right, first up, as you guys know, Dominic has been a phenomenal producer in producing this series. And we've been talking about different influencers and influential people within the comic community and the kind of overall blurred community, if you will. And first up, we talked about Helene Flowers. Shout out to Helene. We then talked about Afua Richardson, Matt Baker. But all of these shows you can kind of check out on our playlist right there on Pyro Media Network. We also talked, hey Matt, how you doing, girl? How are you? We also want to shout out Dr. Sheena Howard. Shout out to this queen. Also Aletha Martinez. Shout out to you as well. And the one, the only, the Dwayne McDuffie. Shout out to one of our comic book heroes in the blurred world. And also Sanford Green. Shout out to him as well. And we also talked about Natasha Bustos, and we also talked about Laiso Makizi. Shout out to him; that was a good episode as well. Learned a lot about him. And last week we talked about Robin Smith. All right, shout out to you, Queen. This week we are talking about and asking the question of who is Jamal Campbell. So, Dominic, do you want to get into and introduce who Jamal Campbell is?
Sure. Jamal Campbell is a millennial. Want to say that as well because we are in our millennial series, the next generation of graphic novels. And Jamal is a freelance writer, illustrator, and comic book / graphic artist. He works and lives out of Toronto, Canada. And he is making waves in mainstream comics. After producing gorgeous cover art for prominent covers and titles published by Marvel, DC, and Boom Studios, Campbell has teamed up with writer Brian Michaels Bendis and David F. Walker to create the new DC superhero, Naomi. And if you all aren't familiar with Naomi, I suggest that you open up your Max app if you have Max and check that out. It's only one season, but it was a very popular show on Max. Just want to say that. So yes, so this dude Campbell has really been doing his thing since he was 23. He was plucked from obscurity by the one and only Boom Studios. He became one of their rising stars. And as I said, he has published lots of comics, including Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. We all know the movies. Bill and Ted's. Dude. And so he produced the comic book Bill and Ted Goes to Hell, which was a part of the second movie that they did, which is ironic. He also produced comic books for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yep.
He produced comics for DC's Nightwing, Superman, and as we discussed, he is the co-creator of Naomi, and Marvel's Inhumans, Spider-Man, and a whole lot more. You saw Scarlet Witch up there. He's done just so much. This dude has just, can you just imagine not having a resume? And I want to make that clear that he really did not have a resume. He was just super talented. And he was truly plucked from obscurity. Nobody knew who this guy was. At the age of 23, now clearly he's in his 30s. And he is just the guy. And so, yeah, we just want to wish him all the best in his career because I just can't wait to see what he's going to do next. He sounds like he is the next possible Dwayne McDuffie. And it's so cool because Naomi is a tribute to Dwayne McDuffie.
Yeah.
Her name is Naomi McDuffie, the fictional character, named after the legendary Dwayne McDuffie. So a lot of folks in the industry really, really loved him and still love him and want to keep him alive by using this, creating this comic book series. And so that's really dope. And Naomi is a Omega level superhero. She is really that girl. So just wanted to say that. So yeah, those are pretty much the highlights. Because I went through the highlights as I was talking. I didn't even notice that. So yeah, so those are really good things that this dude is doing. And yeah, we just want to see where he goes over the next 10, 15 years because he is on his way to becoming legendary.
Legendary indeed. And we want to thank him for all of the amazing contributions that he's had to the comic book world, because I think honestly at this point we're starting to dwindle down on and that what's sad is that we don't have a lot to pull from, right? We don't have a lot of people to pull from because of the fact that of how racial and the systems that are in place that have kept our brothers and sisters down from being creative and showing this, but they pulled through. You know what I'm saying? And so for him to be so young, I'm sure he has so much more to go. And so I'm looking forward to seing how he can show. This is a big deal.
He's not so young. He's your age.
Like I said, he's so young. You know what I'm saying? So young. And so I get it. I understand. Being so young and having so much, skill and talent and success, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just, I just feel like I relate to him, I get it.
I bet. Yeah. And
so
to create, this is the first character that he was able to create on his own, Naomi. And within 2 years of the creation of the comic book, it became so popular that they did create the. Thank you, Dr. Hope. That was.
Listen, no, not too much, y'all. Y'all been on one.
That's right. Thank
y'all
you.
Think this is? Hold on, I don't know what y'all think this is, but y'all been on one today. My minds have been lost their minds, and then here you go, jumping in on them. I am very young. Right,
Very?
Pet Dominic's Mike. Pet Dominic's
Keats. I thought we was friends.
Elder millennial. Yes, elder. I didn't call y'all elder millennial. I am an elder millennial. Y'all are what are y'all? What boomers? What are you? Oh, what is it? Gen X?
Gen X, just like X-Men.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what we are. That's what I am. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I'm
we'll see
young.
where he goes. Very. Okay, there we go with that word again. Relatively. Not very.
So it was nice having you guys on the show. It was great talking about this young man, this young man, Jamal Campbell.
So let's just say that he really, with Naomi, he really broke a glass ceiling. Creating this character in the DC world, having Ava DuVernay direct his original character in the live action, that is major. That is huge to do by the time you're 35. So that's really impressive for someone who's relatively young.
And Naomi was a big deal because I mean he is the DC version of Monica Rambeau.
Captain Marvel,
and Captain Marvel is like
same person.
supposed to be a powerful person inside of Marvel. This is a big deal, and the fact that she she's a newer character within the DC world, but the fact that she became this representation for young Black girls to see not just Vixen but somebody that and Naomi really ramped up during when she came out when she was introduced to the blurred world, because she really it was a big deal that Naomi even came to in existence, and I really wish they would have been a little bit more what's the word, kind of be careful, comic book accurate when it came to the show, because I felt like the comics were a lot better than the actual series. The live action series, but hopefully they I mean it did really well on Max, so we'll see how if they even think about coming up with something else. I don't think so, but we'll see.
No, and it really got cut because the network got sold. It wasn't because it was doing terrible in ratings or anything like that. It was in the middle of the ratings chart, so it wasn't bad in live ratings, and like you said, on the app it did phenomenal. Hopefully they'll bring her back, maybe in Young Justice or some version of Young Justice. I would love to see her in animation first, actually, because they'll do it better.
Yeah.
So good job, Jamal. You did a good job, sir.
Keep up the great work. We're gonna keep seeing
I'm not just a writer. I'm not just an artist. I'm all of it.
I'm all that in a bag of chips. All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Do you have anything else, Dominic, before we go?
No, but tell everybody where they can support him and find his art.
Yes, that's right. They can support him by going, where is it? There we go. JamalCampbell.com. I'll go ahead and put it in the hold on, let me go do this. Boom. Okay, I'll put it in there. Oh, stop it. Hold on, my computer's acting weird. There we go. All right, I'm gonna put it in the comments right now. But you could go to JamalCampbell.com. Also, Naomi had 3 love interests. Yeah, she was a little freaky. She was a little freak.
She was a little fluid. She had a little fluidity.
She was a little freak. And you could also see his work on LeagueOfComicGeeks.com. I'm gonna go ahead and put the direct link to his work right here as well. She was a little freaky out there. She was a little loose.
That was the add-on that the show did, but I get it. Ayla wanted her to be a little bit more unconventional.
Free.
So, yes.
Okay. I think we're good. Thank you guys. Thank you, Mavericks, for joining on, and we appreciate all that you do. And thank you guys for just supporting us. We appreciate you tuning in. You could be tuning into anything else, and so you decided to take the time out to tune in here, so we appreciate you. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and we'll see you on the next one. Also, if you are a part of the pilots, you're probably going to hear this later, but you can also listen if you guys want to support Bullet and Flight Radio and their 2-year anniversary. You can go ahead and check it out tomorrow at 12 noon, and it'll be on Bullet and Flight Radio's YouTube. All you got to do is type in Bullet and Flight Radio, and you will find them. And I think it's Bullet and Flight Radio 6 something. I don't want to get the name wrong, but if you type in Bullet and Flight Radio, it'll come right up. YouTube, also, if you follow. Facebook. Yeah, it'll be on YouTube, Facebook. Twitter. If you follow Dominic, you can also find it on his Facebook and as well on the Twitter as well. So, sorry, X, now that it's formerly known as Twitter. But you can go on there, so they'll be on there. And yeah, support them, and we'll see you guys. We'll get like a little history. We're producing it. Pyro Media Productions is producing it, so it's going to be really fun to kind of support our sister radio station. So make sure you guys tune in over there at 12 p.m. We'll talk about it more on Pyro Media, Power Hour tomorrow morning. But we'll make sure that you guys get a link or a direct access to it. But yeah, that's about it. Anything else, Dominic?
Well, only one thing. Everybody, please stay unusual. That's all you need to do.
Stay blessed. Bye.